Technical issues once again. welcome to welcome to Football Focus Weekly. I'm the Pet Man Matt Morrow. We are sponsored by Victory Chevrolet, where just $19 down delivers any new or pre-owned vehicle. Make sure you visit victorychevrolet.com today, and they will take good care of you for any vehicle needs, service, all that good stuff. As you can see, this is what we got on the docket tonight. I just released Petman's players on Twitter and Instagram, so I'll go through a number of those guys that had great performances in week 3. We'll conduct a rapid review, a review of last week's action. That was a good segment last week, so we're going to bring it back again. I'll let the guys analyze the Dirty Dozen in week 4, CMS Best to Last rankings updates. We'll preview the big games in week 4. We've got 6 we're going to look at. And then we're going to have a discussion about unbalanced matchups. There were 2 scores across the state that really sparked some discussion. For those of you watching the show, you probably know about the Shelby Highland Tech game. That was 90-0. And then there was another game in the western part of the state where East Rutherford defeated a team called Collegiate Prep, who I've never heard of. 84-6. So we'll talk about, those kind of matchups and, what happens or how does that happen and how can we, kind of do something to handle it. I'm not sure what we could do, but we'll talk about it. And then, of course, just give us your thoughts and comments throughout the show. I thank everybody who joined me on Between the Lines last night. We spoke with Forest Hills running back Colin Polk, who rushed for 379 yards on 32 carries, a school record for Forest Hills. In their win last week, it was a great conversation. He's a good young man, very talented to speak with. So we got one comment. Kim Watts, good to see you as always. And I got 3 guys here. We're going to bring them on and introduce them, and then we'll get to Petman's players. First off of a big win over Western Land last week, he is the offensive coordinator for Walkertown, Coach Ian Tatum.
What's going on, Pep?
How you doing, Coach?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Can't believe it's week 4. I mean, we just I was talking to my head coach today after practice. We're like, man, we're almost halfway. So it's crazy to be here, but blessed every day. Trying to go out and get another W on Friday.
It's funny how fast it goes, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It really is. I mean, we just we spent all this time hoping it would get here. Now it's here.
Yeah.
And just savor the moment, man. Savor the moment. What's been the key for you guys playing so well, man?
Honestly, I think this whole group is bought into what Honeycutt has been preaching, and pretty tight knit group. I know there's been stories about transfers coming in, and that has happened, but I feel like a lot of these guys just, as soon as they got on campus in the summer, right, they kind of gel, because especially in Forsyth County, with Pop Warner and everything like that. So, kids play football for a long time with a lot of guys. So a lot of these guys already know each other, and everybody knows everybody nowadays. So just this really tight knit group, and then we play hard. Like we really do. I know everybody says, "Oh, I want my kids to play hard." Our guys do play hard. So really excited to see what we can get done this week against East Surrey.
All right, good stuff, man. You got a shout out here from Jay, man. There you go.
Yeah, man, Jamie. Hey, one of the best backs in the state, right there, man. Mooresville, great program.
Absolutely, man. Well, Coach, I hope you keep it rolling, man. It's been impressive to watch. I know it's more of a Charlotte show, but I have people asking me, "Who's this Walkertown?"
Yeah, it happens. Everybody's like, they didn't know. We played the first 2 games. They weren't, great, like overly great opponents, and so we went and played Western Rand, which everybody's like, oh, they're big, physical. They're a staple in the state. So getting to go down there and handle business, kind of making everybody be like, wait, what now? So kind of cool. So we just got to take it 1 week at a time, trying to go 1-0, all the coaching cliches, trying to keep our guys focused.
Yeah, and you mentioned the big and physical part. When I was looking at the film for your linebacker, Camryon,
mm-hmm.
physical. When I saw him taking it to West Pro End up front, boy, ooh,
Yeah.
he's
He's
real
a special guy.
Yeah. You gonna see him again. He made it again tonight. So
I love it.
Thanks, Coach.
Amen.
All right. We also gonna bring on Big Eye Shelby coming off a win over Charlotte Christian, a wild game. Let's ask him about it.
What's going on, fellas?
What's up, man?
Yeah, man. Last week I heard some people was looking for me last week, man. So I'm back.
We directed them to your Facebook. So
yeah, I'm back, man. I was feeling a little under the weather last week, so.
So that game last week, man, that was a wild one.
Yeah, it was, man. It was a crazy one, man. I haven't really been a part of a game like that since I coached, but it was crazy, man. It was crazy for sure.
Yeah. Now on that 2-point conversion, your defense, stepped up and stopped it, man. What was the key?
Just do what you're told. Do what you're supposed to do. I mean, our kids played hard, man. They fought, man. I think one of the biggest things that we see out of our kids this year has been like they just haven't been falling apart. I think our guys we've been grinding all summer through adversity, spring, summer, even with coaching changes with me and the other coordinator and the kids, man. They just been playing hard for us. They haven't been going against each other through adversity, which is the most important part because we all know every championship team is player led anyway. So
yeah,
so our kids, they just found a way to win, and we happy we came out of there with a dub.
Yeah, very good, man. I don't know if I told you, but Shaquan will be there this Friday. You guys are hosting Lake Norman.
Okay.
Another big game. So I'll tell him to get some pictures of you. You need some new ones.
I got some. I'll make an Instagram post probably over the bye week.
Oh, man, that's good. That's good stuff, man. Also joining us, many fans have been requesting his presence since last week when he came back on the show. And I guess I have to tell him some news. So here he is, the illustrious Coach Billups.
I forgot my piano today, so
So I can tell you, Mr. Billups, that I had several people very impressed with your performance last week.
I don't like that. I mean, hey,
so there's no pressure. There's no pressure.
Well, tell them that don't sound good right there.
They said it was a perfect show performance, baby. They want to answer.
that was funny. Well, I'm back. I ain't bring the grand piano out, but I get enticed. I might go to the living room and y'all see the pine cones and stuff. But man, I'm glad that win got you. Nothing a good old win to make you feel better. Not that losing stink off of you, because that's why I think happened. You got a headache when you catch the mail, but man, you doing good games over there, man. I've been impressed. I ain't gonna tell everybody what we talk about off the show, but I've been impressed with Webb. Webb been balling over there. You and everybody. I love what y'all doing over there. And I'm just here to be neutral.
Well, we're gonna be neutral in just a second. So I appreciate you guys being on the show tonight. We're gonna put you backstage because we're gonna go through Pep Man's players. Once again, Pep Man's players is not sponsored, but it can be. It is one of the most popular releases every week that gets great numbers on social media with the graphics, so we can put your company logo, we can put your name, we can do anything pretty much you want to do to promote your business, and it'll get a lot of shares. I mean, those graphics go all over the place. So if you have a business that needs a promotion from high school players, parents, programs, things of that nature, feel free to reach out. It is not expensive. We do this to help promote the kids. So I'd love to have someone, kind of partner with us and help us in those efforts. All right. So we were at Berry and Rocky River last week. Tyrell Bars, I thought, was the best player on the field, playing offense and defense, had over 100 rushing yards and a touchdown in that victory. We had an interview with him after the game. It's been on social media for a few days. Other standouts, Noah Brown from Berry had 2 interceptions and 9 tackles in that game. KJ Ellis, a linebacker, 19 total tackles. and 2 tackles for loss. And now some other games down here. I want to talk about Nick Wolf Jr. South Rowan is undefeated on the season, and that's a big deal because they've been struggling the past few years. But the last couple of weeks, we didn't get him the week before. And I heard from some people saying, why wasn't he on Pet Man's Players? And I said, well, I didn't know about it. So he was literally one of the first nominations this week. 20 carries, 210 yards rushing, and 2 touchdowns in their victory over Trinity. He's been a linchpin in their offense, and they're 3-0. And I can't remember the last time they were 3-0, but they're off to a great start. And I believe this week they start conference play. So we'll see, if they can continue to keep that winning streak going. And then Jared Street at Independence, 271 passing yards and 70 rushing yards, had a big game in their victory over Charlotte Christian 35-34. We talked to the Big Eye Shelby a little bit about that one. All right, next slide. Riley Hicks from Ashbrook, receiver. 2 receiving touchdowns in the victory over Northwest Cabarrus. You think about Ashbrook, you always think about that powerful running game. But one of the things that we said before the season was because they run the ball so well, it can open up opportunities in the passing game down the field. And Riley Hicks has some good speed and playmaking ability, especially against one-on-one coverage. And they took advantage of that, and they needed every one. That was a 21-17 victory for the Green Wave. Let's talk about Josh Falzerano from Myers Park. One of the big reasons Myers Park is so improved this year has been their ability to run the football. He's had over 100 yards rushing in all 3 of their victories, so they're 3-0 on the season. Against Providence last week, he had 153 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns, and a great highlight where he just runs over a linebacker at the goal line. It was a heck of a play. So they got a big one this week against Mallard Creek we're going to talk about here in a little bit. We mentioned the Walkertown linebacker, Camryon Cartledge. What he did against Russell Rand was super impressive. 21 tackles, 4 tackles for loss. Heart and soul of that defense, and the big reason why they remain undefeated on the season. Also want to shout out Zahir Smith from Olympic. He's still playing quarterback. He's a linebacker normally, but because Olympic's quarterback Chance Cato's been out, he's been slid over to a quarterback role where he's kind of playing a wildcat quarterback system. And he had a big game against West Meck. 192 rushing yards, a touchdown, 55 passing yards, also another touchdown. And they got their first win on the season, a 20-0 victory over the West Meck Hawks in the Air Traffic Classic. So Zahir doing a great job playing a position that he normally doesn't play. That's really good stuff. All right, on the next one, some running backs with some big performances. Landon Pope from Pisgah, and you don't know where Pisgah is. That's up in the mountains, and they run the football in the mountains, and he did on Friday night. 224 rushing yards and 4 touchdowns in a big win over Inca. Carvin Magwood at New Bern. If you have kind of been around high school football, that might be a name you've heard before. One of the best running backs in the state. 25 carries for 252 yards and 4 touchdowns. New Bern gets a victory over West Craven. They're undefeated on the season. I believe next week they are coming to play Huff at Huff. So a good team out on the coast making a long drive to play a non-conference game here in Charlotte. So if you want to see New Bern and what they're about, next week's your chance here in the Charlotte area. Mallard Creek went down to Grayson. It was a tough game overall, but Khalil Price, wide receiver from Mallard Creek, was a bright spot. Committed to Campbell, and he's playing like he wants to go bigger. I think he can. 5 catches for 158 yards and 2 touchdowns. I saw one of those touchdowns. It was a straight go route. He beat the corner in man coverage. He's got electric speed, great height. Prototypical ex-receiver on the outside, man. He'll be a big key against Myers Park. We'll talk about it in a little bit. I also want to shout out Braden Walden from Lincoln Charter. He's been on here a couple of times because he continues to have incredible games like this one. 337 passing yards, 4 touchdowns, and then adding on 111 rushing yards and another touchdown against Union Academy. He's a 6'5" sophomore. When you see stuff like this and you look at his film, when you're looking at players and they've got the physical traits and they dominate the competition, that's a formula for future success typically. And the sky's the limit for this young man. And I think it's only a matter of time before, you see some college interest and potentially some offers coming his way, because he's a heck of a player for sure. Last one on this slide to highlight, Jason Eaton from Mountain Island. Huge game. Really good defensive lineman, probably one of the best in 2A in the state. 12 tackles, 7 tackles for loss, and 5 sacks. What a game. I ain't had that in my career. That's sad, but it's true. But a great win for Mountain Island over West Caldwell last week. That's their first win on the season, so shout out to Coach Dub and those guys for getting it done. All right, we talked about Colin Polk. There's his stats right there in that victory over Community School of Davidson. Now, the thing I want to point out, sometimes you see these big stat games against inferior opponents. Community School of Davidson is not that. They actually led this game 10-0 before Forest Hills came back to win it 36-25. So that's not one of those things where you're just kind of stat pound a little bit. That's legit, and that made it even more impressive. So that's a big deal. We've talked about Jaden White, receiver at Huff. Tyron Evans committed to Miami, gets a lot of attention, but he's the guy that's kind of benefiting on the other side, from that attention. He had 2 receiving touchdowns in their victory over Highland Springs up in Virginia. He's dynamic. He can get into space, run away from people. He's dangerous in the open field. That's what I really like about his game. Other guys to discuss on this slide, Andrew Cummings, the kicker at Mooresville, trying to highlight a kicker every week. He had 7 extra points, 9 touchbacks, and a 39-yard field goal. That's a lot of work for a kicker, and especially not to mess up in high school. That's really impressive. And he did all that in their win over A.L. Brown. Also want to shout out Caleb Cooper from Providence Day. He's a defensive back, but when he plays Charlotte Catholic, wing T team, everybody's almost a linebacker. So he came up, real productive game, 13 tackles in the victory, and he also got an offer from Wake Forest that same weekend. So doing some big things over there for Providence Day. All right, and our last slide, let's shout out Travis Hill. Jaden Jones did not play last week for Independence, but Travis Hill stepped in, had a big game. 156 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns in the win over Charlotte Christian. Brody Norman from Mooresville, quarterback, had a perfect game. You never see this in high school. 13 of 13, 273 yards and 5 touchdowns in their victory. And then at the end, I wanted to shout out a couple of linemen. Oh, let me get back there. Hunter Tedder at Southlake Christian. He had no sacks and 6 pancakes and only 2 quarters of action last week against Charlotte Latin. A.J. Henderson, defensive lineman at Mallard Creek, sent me his film. It was very impressive. He's splitting double teams in the run game and making tackles in the backfield, and he's pushing the pocket and getting pressure in the passing game. And then finally, Caleb Dorsett had a nice game against Cuthbertson with some tackles for loss, a sack, and 4 tackles overall. So once again, if you have a player who performed well on Friday night, send me their stats, send me their film. Players can send it, coaches can send them, and coaches are doing a great job with recommendations. I'll tell you, about half of this list is coach recommendations. So you guys are knocking it out the park. Please keep doing that. And let us know. Let us know if you had a player that played well, man. All right. In the comments here before we move on, let's see. Nonacia, it's good to see you. Karen wants to share that Dallas Brandon was being a great player on Friday night. And then Derwin Pud Isaiah, I hope I got that right. I guess that's for A.J. Henderson or Khalil Price, one of them. They're both Creek boys, so we'll give credit to both on that one. All right, we're gonna go on to the rapid review, and I'm gonna bring the guys back, and we're gonna review the big games from last week. So let's get the guys back on, and we'll talk about those games. Producer, welcome to the show.
Good evening. Good evening. Glad to be here.
Good to see you. You got some words for the crowd?
Not yet, but they're coming.
All right, well, great. West Charlotte at South Point. This was a defensive game. No offensive touchdowns. West Charlotte scored on a kickoff return. South Point scored on a pick six, and South Point kicked a field goal in overtime to win it. What do you guys think about that?
It was the Spider-Man meme. It was two teams playing against each other. I watch it. I think West Charlotte offense. They're probably the worst quarterback look so far the past couple of years. You don't see him play.
Yeah, Coach Griner said he was playing through the flu.
I would have sent that too. So yeah, but that was the worst you see him playing. But I'm pretty sure them guys have bounced back. Like I told everybody, it's just the matchup you wanted to see was the South Point D line versus West Charlotte O line, and they just couldn't get that run game. The run game was just non-existent, So when your run game non-existent, in the coaching world, they just don't play man and say please throw it and stuff like that. So
South Point has the talent to just play, and that's a big difference.
Yeah, a lot of teams can't do what South Point did to West Charlotte, but it was impressive. But West Charlotte did to South Point. I think, like you said, that quarterback situation, they pretty good. They don't be good in South Carolina, but that quarterback situation in South Point, they just need to find somebody to throw it.
Well, I think they got their guy. I mean, I think Kearns is it. The other young man has transferred, from what I know.
That's society nowadays, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm not surprised. But it was a good game. I would tell. I'm a retired defensive coordinator. So I love defensive games like that. Coach is the O-line coach, so he probably like games like that. You like football. It was a great football game. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let me ask Coach Tatum, since you're an OC, man, when you got a game like that and it's low scoring and you're struggling to find something to work, man, how do you keep the guys in it?
Well, I watched the highlights on YouTube, and you see that they started to run the quarterback, right? They're trying to find out what we could get going, right? So quarterback's big old dude, right? They're just running quarterback power. They're running, quarterback out sweep off the edge, trying to get something going. And in defensive battles, right, you're just trying to make sure you don't turn the ball over, right, as an offense. You let the defense try to create something, maybe explosive, a turnover. You can get short field, and then offense can do something. So real tough. Like you said, no touchdowns were scored offensively. And, ended up being the biggest part was at pick six, right, by West Charlotte. So I going to overtime, get a field goal blocked. It's, at those type of games, it's what can your defense make happen, and then what can you do on special teams. And West Charlotte had a kick return to open the game, and then they had a field goal block. So it's swings of a high school football game. But I think the big thing about this game is so much is being made in the background about the similar opponent, right? And that game we played hopefully late in the playoffs. So I think West Charlotte will be fine. And South Point's going to do their thing in South Carolina.
Absolutely. Charlotte Christian Independence, we touched on it earlier. Big Eye, gave us a nice breakdown on how they pulled it out. What do you guys think about that one? Independence won that 35-34, stopped the 2-point conversion right there on the last play of the game.
The defense woke up finally. That ain't no shot. That running back was running, boy. He was running. I think Webb and the defensive staff, they did. That's a tough. I had to coach against Crouch, so I already know. When you got to do.
Yeah, you remember that, don't you? Mm-hmm.
Pain in my butt. I would say that too. That's one of the few highlights a Hardin person that made towards a West. But But nah, it was a good game. Jamal Rule, he showed why he's the guy, but play call that
I mean, he
play,
does that to everybody, though. I mean,
Yeah,
he showed why he's committed to Nebraska.
but
you know?
I would tell you this. I don't know what that coach called, but I would have called that. I would have, hey, I'm going down my shit. I would have handed that ball to that boy again on that 2 point. I don't know why.
Well, you know, I was reading that he wasn't in the game the last
He wasn't.
2 plays of the game, and I'm
Well,
not
but
sure
damn
why.
hurt. Webb them gave him the flu or something. That's what I like. Everybody got the flu. He had the flu, and he couldn't finish the game. That's what we don't go with.
All right. Well, we got Huff and Highland Springs. Huff went up to Virginia. You know, Coach Baker came out and said the refs were bad. He said he would never return
We can tell.
up there again. But despite all that, they were able to win the game 17-14. Another out-of-state win for North Carolina. That's the first thing I think about.
Yeah, I watch it. It was suspect. It was suspect called, but it's just like what we said when Charlotte go to the mountains.
Similar. Yeah.
It's similar, you know what I'm saying? But that's what you gotta expect, you know what I'm saying? It was a very high tense game, but the Huskies and their coach and staff, they pulled it off. So you know, that was an impressive win. You know, they got a big game this week. We're gonna talk about later, but it was impressive. You know, Highland Springs is not nobody to play with. I suggest everybody go watch the game. You know, NFHS, go watch. It was a good game, really was.
For my Huff insider, they said they didn't give up no points as a defense. So do with that as you would need.
Oh wow!
Oh, hey, so you got Huff inside of that? You coming a long way, buddy. I'm proud of you.
He just texted me and said, before y'all start, we didn't give up to any points to Highland Springs as a defense. It was a pick six, and the offense fumbled on our own one before y'all asked how we gave up 14.
Oh, we weren't going.
Hey, hold on. Hey, to that coach, to that young man. Hey, to that young man, great job. We was not gonna say two teams we don't talk bad about, and y'all won it. We don't. Y'all.
We were just focused on the win on the out of state.
Yeah. Good win. That's all we said. We didn't say about how the points accumulate. We said we agree. It was egregious calls made. So hey, we don't need no mail, no letters. Y'all said.
I think he sent that message because we were talking about another school's defense, and he just wants y'all to make sure that y'all know.
Oh, we don't talk about that defense. We don't even know what defense you're talking about.
I don't know either. I'm just making an assumption.
Coach Tatum, you want to add something?
Yeah, I used to coach in Virginia, and Highland Springs it was one of them programs like Bill was saying, like you don't want to mess with them, but I highly regard it as, you know, as in my opinion, as close to a Charlotte school in Virginia as you can get. Right? They're fast, they're big, they're athletic, they talk, right? Like all that stuff. So it was a matchup of styles, and as you can see, the game was close. But just glad that the North Carolina school came out on top.
You got Maury down there too. Now you know Maury.
Yeah. Because I was in Virginia Beach, so right there next to us in Norfolk was Maury. Yeah, they the same way.
Yeah, Maury. Yeah, my guys out there at Maury, man.
Let's see comments.
You got a question, Webb?
Well, let's address that first. Karen's asking, are you on the roof again?
Yeah,
you don't have to answer it. I'm just putting it out.
I was on the roof.
You're on the roof. Okay. All
Hey,
right.
did you do better? Did you practice the etiquettes like we talk about?
Apparently not. Apparently not.
Oh man, I heard about that too. Yes.
Apparently not, Phillips. I got told that yesterday. But it's all right.
Oh man.
Don't watch the live streams. It's an Independence because somehow they always put the camera too close to coach.
Okay, so Butler went down to Irmo and had a tough game. Aaron Brand welcomed Brian Hales back to the coaching gridiron with a tough loss, 42-14. I have y'all heard much about this game? I hadn't heard too much.
I watch it. I said we just don't see what kind of team they were. What Butler were, we don't know. We didn't know. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You know, you gotta get it. Just because they got Hells on the sideline, they still got to play. It was Aaron Mo's a powerhouse, so that was.
Well, I mean, yeah, Aaron Rand's got his team
Yeah,
rolling. You know,
that's a tough team to go in there, and you can tell that they'll be fine. It's just It's a couple of games this week that I don't think people should look at that loss and say that their season is over with. But that one,
oh no.
Butler got to play better. I think the next couple of games for Butler are going to be some very question mark games. And I think people don't be like they're falling off, but they're playing good opponents. That's all it is. You're playing good opponents. You just don't be close or you don't get punched in the mouth. If not, hey, that's all I would say. It was a good game. You know, Irmo just Irmo right now. That's what I'll tell you.
Mm-hmm. Providence Day defeated Charlotte Catholic 32-7. I thought those were the two best teams in the private school ranks here in the Charlotte area. Charlotte Catholic really couldn't get their run game going. We highlighted the young man from Providence Day earlier. They did a good job of shutting down that wing team. And Providence Day was able to get the ball out into space to their playmakers. Zaid Locke, quarterback, had a big game. Gordon Sellers had his biggest game of the season so far. Any other thoughts on that one?
You said it. I'm being nice this week.
Ashbrook defeated Northwest Cabarrus 21-17. We talked about Riley Hicks, the young man at the receiver, had a big game with 2 touchdowns. I thought Northwest Cabarrus played well. This was a playoff rematch from round 1 last year. Kind of a similar score to the playoff game last year. So I think, of course, Ashbrook's happy because they got the win, but I think Northwest Cabarrus can take a lot from that, competing with a 6A title contender here.
Hey, I was Northwest Cabarrus. I would not be very happy with the outcome because, like you said, Ashbrook's rolling right now. And Mormons I think everybody forget how good of a coach Mormon is. Mormon can coach his butt off.
Yeah.
He got a great staff around him. Mormon, he's one of the few people he coach on offense and defense. He's an offense or a defensive guy, but that team looked good. Like I said, I saw him with 7-on-7 against Scott Smith this year, and I talked to him, and it looked pretty good. Like, them to play with that Ashbrook team is physical. It's a very physical team. They imply with their me and Debo got some jokes, but Coach James, they don't punch you in the mouth, and their defenses don't punch you in the mouth. With Zeke got that defense rolling, so you got to come ready to play when you play Ashbrook.
So when we're talking about Big Zeke Biggers is the defensive coordinator at Ashbrook. For those that don't know,
he's the man.
Swanee Thompson, thank you for this. Says Caleb Gordon, linebacker for Ashbrook, had 15 tackles and 2 tackles for loss. Wow. I mean, I think I could put him on Pat Man's players every week.
You can. That boy, he's a tackle machine.
You don't go to Arkansas just for nothing. So,
yeah,
that's good stuff. Weddington bounced back after the loss to Myers Park in a big way, 47-7 over Monroe. I don't know if there's much to say about that one.
Let's keep moving. We knew it was going to happen. That's no slight to Monroe. We said.
Well, I mean, Monroe, I give them all the credit in the world.
I think Monroe just prepping their non-conference schedule to get them ready for conference and playoffs. They don't play. They went these last 2 weeks, man. They played West Charlotte, then they played West, so they're gonna be prepared for anybody come playoffs.
But like you said, they're not scared of nobody. So
actually shout out to Monroe. We should see more of that.
Yeah.
Teams like Monroe and their divisions not scared to play these big boy teams instead of doing things for more victories and certain stuff like that.
And coming off a championship, they were very senior heavy, right? They a little bit younger, but they still ain't ducking the smoke.
A championship senior heavy team, and they said we still gonna play these games with the guys we got.
And don't cry about it. And they don't cry about it.
Exactly.
You haven't heard none of the Monroe fans say, well, hey, that's why I'm saying it's not me saying move past it because to criticize, we knew that, It's another team.
Yeah.
It's another team like that's running a gauntlet. Like Providence is running a gauntlet right now, and I wouldn't play that schedule, but they're running a gauntlet. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they catch people after losses. So after now lost where they play Mars Park. Mars Park on fire, but now they gotta go. They gotta come to the Ford and play. Woo.
Well, you talking about teams running the gauntlet? Malin Creek going down and
respect
playing
them.
Grayson, the number 5 team in the nation. You know, there's not much to talk about with the game, but you know, I give them a lot of credit once again.
I was shocked with that. They played pretty good. It was like Grayson got, like the dude said, Grayson got all them players. You did bet you could do that. And they said, correct me, I'm wrong, Pep. They playing a lot. Creek playing a lot of sophomores and juniors.
Yeah,
correct?
yeah, they are.
Yeah.
I
So
believe they only have like 8 seniors
So hey,
this year.
and you go down there to Georgia. Them kids didn't look like they were scared. They were getting punched in the mouth. They still were playing like that. When you play a team like that, that's what you look at. And you coaching, you want to win, but sometimes more victories are not for the minor league coaches. Sometimes you got to be like, hey, well, we just don't go ahead and do what we can do. So,
Yeah, so AJI1 said Grayson is advertised. They had young 3-star backups.
exactly. Yeah, like
That's crazy. 3 stars on the bench.
Yeah, I
It's
seen
like the SEC like back in the 2010s.
I saw one of them kids. They look like they were my age out there. I said, that boy is 18 years old. Yeah.
something, I think before the season started, they had like a kid. He was like a freshman or sophomore transfer out. He was like a 4-star.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. I see that he transferred out and transferred in. It was something like that. I said, good boy, man.
Hey,
Man.
Pep, I don't have the number on it. I haven't looked it up, but doesn't it seem like just way more out of state like competition like the first 3 weeks than I've ever seen? And this is just like the Charlotte area, and there's still like there's schools up here near me. There's schools out at the beach, schools in the mountains that cross over all the time. I feel like there's a lot more out of state matchups this year.
Yeah, you know, years ago, Charlotte had a thing, and a lot of local areas still have this, where if your schools locally don't have games, they force you to play teams locally first before you can go and schedule out. That's kind of gone away over time, and I think that's good. I really do.
You remember we also had the private rule, the private versus public rule too, and they
Well,
started.
that's still there. Like,
Yeah.
you know, Christian Independence played because it was managed by a third party.
Yeah,
That's how they
Yeah.
get around it.
yeah, that's the only way you get it. It's tough.
Yeah. And that I think that needs to go away too, because I mean, why?
That's the state.
Why is that a rule? That's
Hey,
great.
that's the state we live in, baby.
So Joe Hughes has got a couple things right here. The guy that we're talking about, I think Webb, you were mentioning that transferred. Wait a minute. There we go. Joe said he transferred to Westside in South Carolina. So
Wow.
Yeah, I'm telling
that's
you,
an interesting move.
Hey man, I know Malik. You know, I think Andy Grayson, the one with that new stadium.
Yes.
Or is that Buford?
I think it was Buford.
No, it's my fault.
He
It
played
is
Buford last year.
Yeah, they played
my
Buford.
fault. My fault. It is Buford. Is it? Hold on. Well, we got something called an.
I'm looking it up.
There you go. You know us old guys.
Yeah, it's Buford. $62 million.
It's Grayson the same colors. That's why I was getting confused.
Hey, I was about to ask old Gemini right quick. Hey, Gemini, who got you know?
10,000 seats. My goodness.
They played them last year too, didn't they? Didn't they say
Yeah.
they were playing them?
Last year and Grayson this year.
Yeah.
15 executive suites in a high school
Hey, Tinsley love to travel now. He love to get around.
My goodness. We're going to have to show y'all some pictures, you know, if we have
No,
time
everybody
later
don't
on
see
in the
that
show.
thing.
Ain't the point of making everybody jealous in North Carolina.
Well, you know, it's just reality. I mean, we all struggling.
Not in Georgia, apparently. Yeah, great.
Hey,
Oh,
we all
man.
may be struggling, but it's different levels of struggle.
Yeah, that's true too.
A suite though at a game, at a high school game.
Yeah, Pep,
Some-
give us a suite down there.
The
I ain't
CMS
going
best to last. Broke this down last night on
Oh,
Between
wow.
the Lines. I will let you guys take that in. But for those that did not see it, this is it. No changes in the top 4. Independence moves to 5. Palisades drops to 6 after their games last week. Chambers moves up 2 spots to 7. Argentale stays at 8. Butler drops 2 spots to 9. And North Meck drops a spot to 10 in the top 10. What do you guys think here?
I probably have flipped 7 and 6.
I clear you because I think the Cougars are
I
rolling.
think if you go off of, I don't know what you go off of. I don't know what you go off of. This is Pep's list. This is Pep's CMS best of last.
Please don't.
I mean, they know that now. Trust me.
would
I've gotten my share of text messages.
I would say Chambers. I would say Chambers' first 3 games was harder than Palisade's first 3 games, and they share a common opponent. And Chambers beat the common opponent.
That was very close. It was very close for me.
So you can't really argue flipping those two, but they're about to settle that debate this Friday anyway. So
yeah.
So they settle that. Then
that 1 through 10, boy. I tell you what, boy. When you get down to 8 through 10, huh?
We were 6 last week.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tough sledding, huh?
That was last week.
Bro,
How you mad about so DJ did call me out and because I made a mistake on the dirty.
I heard.
I said that's the graphic guy's fault.
Hey, I heard.
That's corrected on the next slide. But
hey, Billups, man,
that was fair.
Felt funny, man. Funny guy.
What you do?
Nah, it ain't for the talk.
No, I don't even want to know.
It was a mistake. It was a mistake.
Well, I mean, it's on Twitter. I mean, I failed to
us old folks, we don't venture on Twitter. We stay on Facebook for all the glory because we just keep it right there. Can we get to 11 through 21?
Go ahead.
Now I'll tell you what, boy. His palm started sweating when he got 14. He had to start making some decisions.
And I said it last night. The left side was easier to do than the right side.
I'm gonna go ahead and tell you,
I would think
it's not bad.
I don't think Garrett is the worst team in Charlotte anymore. I'm just gonna say that.
You must not watch no football. I can't guarantee.
I think that Garrett could give. I don't say who I think they give a game to. I think they can give at least 2 of them teams on this right side of the game.
Well, the Garinger and Barry, I mean, not Garinger. Garinger and East Meck just played.
Yeah,
East Meck won 21-16. So
that was a coaching concert right there, boy. You want to see some good coaching? Watch that game. But Garinger and Barry are probably 2 worst teams right now. Just being honest. And Barry, my homeboy. Coach Rob, I love Rob, but boy.
I would flip 18 and 19 probably.
I don't know. That's what I watch. That's what I watch Friday.
I mean, if wins matter.
Well, Valentine Ridge and Garinger play this Friday.
Okay. So if Garinger beats Valentine Ridge, they should move up to 18.
Oh, there'll be a change.
Yeah,
look at his face. Hey, look at his face. Look at his face.
It'll be a change.
This ain't like old girl that votes on the AP college bowl.
What a stupid story.
Gosh. Pep is Pep. So it ain't like it's gonna bounce out eventually. So whatever you feel like.
Did y'all hear that story?
I don't want to hear the story. It sounds crazy already.
Hey, Philip, you see what Chris Peavy said?
What do you say?
Oh, let me go back to the.
I just didn't know if you caught it or not. I was over here laughing.
What do you say? I ain't see it.
Hold on. Oh, you talking about Khalil Price?
No, what Chris Peavy said after Karen Belt's comment.
Oh, where is it?
I don't see it. You gotta read that to me.
Is it that?
No, it's not bad. It's just
funny. Oh, this? You talking about that?
You talking about on the roof?
Yeah, that was like 15 minutes ago. What the?
Because I know what she's talking about, but nobody else knows what she's talking about. He said on the roof. He said on the roof? Question mark. I'm just laughing because
so quick. When we go to the booth, most people we don't sit inside. We go to the roof so we can see the whole game. It's bad.
You know what's funny? They call that
Go-
the press box, but
Yeah.
the press are never in there.
No, they're down.
I don't know why they call it the press box, but we ain't never in it. We on top of it.
No.
Hey, I will say, when we went to Gaffney week 1, now that's an impressive press box right there, baby.
I tell you
who
who roof you're not gonna be on. Lake Norman's roof. Lake Norman had that big building, and you had to go. You got to go in there. You got it's in the schoolhouse.
Well, it's a home game for us, so I won't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Well, you see, you be like this. Good gracious. But I used to eat good before the game. They be having a whole plate. I said, oh, this is why people be losing.
Man, let me tell you something.
Hey, Gaffney had some Bojangles, pal.
Yeah.
Bojangles. I didn't get none, but the Bojangles.
Oh, you was locked in. Nah, I would ate.
Some biscuits. Oh yeah, it was nice.
Hey, I was at Coxville. I went up there when we played Lake Norman, and they're like, "Coach, what's the play?" I said, "Hold on."
It's terrible.
Trying to have you in the bathroom by the fourth quarter.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. So let me tell y'all, man, and this comment was right on time. Man, some of these press boxes, like the first time we played at Mallard Creek, I was at Harding. I went over to the visitor side and I said, where do you go to get to, the press box? And they said, well, we ain't really got one. And they got the small press box and they can't get on top of that one. So they had a ladder you had to climb and go on the concession stand.
Yeah, Mallard Creek, you got to go on the concession stand.
I said, what?
That's crazy.
No, Creek.
Hey, which school was that, Matt, that had a ladder with a hole cut in the bottom of the press box, and you had to climb up into like a little hole? You told me about this a long time ago.
That was most of them. Most of them have that ladder that drops down in the middle, and you got to go up the hole. Central Bears had the smallest hole. I could barely fit.
That's the one I'm thinking about. That's it.
And look, then you got to make an executive decision. You just go to the business, you go to your stands, put your camera up, and you say, bump it.
Well, I'll tell you, at Mallard Creek, I sat in the stands.
Like,
I remember.
That's the one I was trying to remember, man.
Mallard Creek, you two guys sit on top of the concession stands.
Man, I remember being at Shelby, man. So, like, when you go to Crescent Burns, you have a wayside, like, not press box, but they have, like, you can sit up top on the wayside. And I'm saying, boy, it's dangerous going up there. It's raining. It's dangerous, bro. I remember when we played in the playoffs during COVID. I can't remember who we played. Who beat us? I forgot the team that beat us. But man, we were on top of the school.
Yeah.
Like it's me and our film guys and another assistant coach.
Ain't no rails.
Hey, Pep, you look on the other side. The home team is on another building on the other side of the school.
With no rails. You out there, you're like, Lord,
they give you a table. They give you a desk like you in class.
Yeah.
Y'all like Secret Service out there overlooking the field.
I'm telling you, man, that's crazy, man.
Hey, some of them press boxes. Hey, we break some press boxes.
Hey,
because some of them press boxes are terrible.
Yeah, Rocky River, they make you go up there. You gotta go up a little hole. They got like a little. They got the ladder, but it's like a little circle thing covering the ladder. I try to go up there with my book bag on. Book bag done turned white.
Man.
Hey, so we played with that, we played at West Bears. So they had the press box and they got the inside. So our coach, he was going up there. No, he was going to sit. He don't go sit on the roof. He was like, man, I don't sit right here, open his window. So God see it though. So you gotta go up top. He said, I ain't going up top. I can't fit up in that hole. He said, you going up top. And he went up top for like 2 minutes. He said, Coach, hold on 1 second. He don't open the window. He said there yelling,
hey. The bad thing, Gaffney's was very beautiful, very nice. But the bad thing, they put us all the way on the left corner. So if we were scoring,
you can't see.
Towards the scoreboard, me and Jeremy Johnson had flip sides. So we had to flip.
Well, you know what's funny?
So
for all the bad things that Harding has, they have stairs that go all the way to the top.
And we ain't
Press
go with that.
box.
I ain't gonna lie to you. When we play hard as a coach at Providence, I don't even know what y'all press box look. They was like, anybody, we'll film from the racking stand.
What?
Never. When I had Brad Bowl about twisted his ankle because that before y'all upgrade the stand, we were walking.
Oh, the visitor side.
Oh, the bleachers. We said, oh. I said,
Why
oh,
y'all shouldn't have did that?
No, he was just he was tying his shoe. So
Oh well, I mean, you know,
man, you tie your shoe and twist your ankle, man. Hey, they don't
No.
matter.
hey,
No,
hey,
them
don't get me
bleachers-
started.
Them bleachers were from where
Them bleachers been there since
the slaves
1981.
installed them bleachers.
That
when
was
they been in school.
pre Tom Knotts.
That's crazy.
The slave installed them bleachers. them
Okay,
wooden
now
bleachers.
dang on now. So in the comments, Coach Tillman says Chambers.
Now
is
that one's
bad.
dangerous too. He ain't lying because that
Mm.
little string. One time I pulled that string, it didn't even come down, and I think I ripped the thing. I said, "Hey, I guess nobody coming up here." And I think
Man, this
Carlos
is
and one
what-
of them had to jump up there and grab him.
Hey, this is what's crazy. It's
man.
like, I mean, and we could probably move on after this. Charlotte
Yeah.
football is at a premium.
the
Premium
press
will
box-
tell it here. But our
Mhm.
facilities, man, for the public school, man,
Be
if
terrible.
you're not a new school, it's just I don't understand what goes in the mind of saying I'm building a school that has over 2,000 kids, but I'm gonna have a gym that fits like 600, or I'm gonna have a football stadium with a press box that's like not updated.
Some schools don't even got the new schools don't got field house.
It's almost like plan for the future. If I'm building in 2019, I want to plan for what to look like the next 10 years or 15 to 20 years before I make changes. I'm not planning for where I'm at right now.
Mm.
Well, they do.
Man, this can be a whole topic of itself, and it might be soon. In the Trayvon, we gonna get there, man. We gonna get there. We had to get that out. We had to get that
Not
out.
wrong.
You got them Statesville Greyhounds.
Coach Gray, you right. 2030. Well, that's when it starts. I don't know
It starts
when
in
it
2030.
does. Yeah, in the newest bond. Yeah, 2030.
Yeah, dog.
Yeah. Thank you, Lanisha. I know you were over there last week when Chambers
Crazy.
played
You
that
got
hard.
to pray while watching the game. It's crazy.
Nah,
Are you praying for a
dude.
win or you praying
Trust
for
me, I took several years of fighting to get a 2030.
Nah, you did do it because I remember that one time I went over there to play, and that field looked like a swamp, and I felt so bad.
Well, the field is much better. you
Yeah,
know.
no, Mike Bear was out there. He was out
Yeah.
there with glosses on.
Yeah. That was the drainage issue that Anyway,
The goat.
on to the Dirty Dozen. No changes in the top four there either. Weddington moves up a spot. Mallard Creek drops one. Crest, no change. Ashford moves up one as slow as Mooresville. Lake Norman, South Point, and Kings Mountain introduced themselves into the dozen. On the edge, we got Independent, Charlotte Catholic, Palisades, J.M. Robinson, Statesville, and Forest Hills. Thank you, DJ, for shouting me out.
on the
And,
edge.
What?
that has
you
been
got,
corrected.
you got Lake Norman over Indy?
On the edge.
You're on the edge, yeah.
How about you about made me cuss? How we on the edge? How we on the edge?
Hey, well, he. I ain't gonna say nothing.
Who you taking out? Go ahead and say it. Who you pulling out? Put yourself in there. Who you taking out?
Don't
I
tell
ain't
him
gonna say
that
that,
because he don't say Kings Mountain.
I'm not
Nah,
gonna
You
say.
already know.
Go
I'm
ahead.
not,
I want to know
Yeah,
who
it's
you
Kings
taking
Mountain.
out.
It's
I'm
Kings
not gonna
Mountain.
say anything.
Get it,
I'm not gonna say-
man.
I'm not gonna say anything. I don't think it's teams that probably outside of Huff and West Charlotte who's played a harder schedule than we had the first three
Well,
games.
take one out then. I'm giving you the chance. Take a team.
Outside of Mallard Creek. Outside of Mallard
Yeah,
Creek. Mallard
You
Creek.
put Mallard
Mallard
Creek and
Creek,
Marsh
West
Park.
Charlotte. Mallard Creek, West Charlotte, Huff has probably
You-
played just as tough, if not tougher schedule than us.
You would say Myers Park to an
Who
extent.
is Miles? Who I mean, you got Miles Park. Weddington has played Monroe and lost to Miles
Myers
Park,
Park.
and they beat who else?
I don't know. I forgot who they beat.
Man, the dozen got
Oh,
everybody.
Morrisville.
I see the
They
comments.
beat
Oh,
Morrisville.
man.
They beat Morrisville.
Western beat Morrisville.
Hmm.
Lost to Miles Park. Blew out Monroe. I would think.
Who all Mars
Gaffney-
Park played?
I would
Mars
think
Park played.
Gaffney, Huff, and Charlotte Christian was 3 tougher games than that.
You said who? Gaffney. I don't know about the Gaffney game because Gaffney on. They
Yeah,
on.
Gaffney
road.
lost
Man,
again.
we're not talking about how they look in week 3. We talking about coming.
I like that. I like that. Will. I like that.
You can't judge how a team can't come out.
You can't judge a book by its cover. You got to read the whole story, right?
I mean, yeah,
Hey,
I had no idea what's going. So basically, you remember your list was saying these teams will beat us.
ooh, I like that.
So you think all 12 of these teams?
That's in the CMS best to last.
He
So what's the
said. He
difference
said
between how we the number 5 team in Charlotte, but if you combine
That's
everybody,
CMS.
number 5 team in CMS, then you combine everybody, we on the edge.
he said Kings Mountain South Point better than you and Lake Norman. Dang.
That's what he's saying. And Crest. That's what he's saying.
Dang. He said Crest better than y'all.
I'm sure we was in it. So
Hold on,
we
hold
been
on.
out there-
Hold on. He
How
said
long we
Crest
been
better.
out of it? I ain't been
Hey,
on since week 1. How long we been out?
He said Crest better than y'all.
How we lose and get out? Because I'm sure when we was 1-1 against Huff, we were still in the 12.
I don't know. I can't.
I mean, you
don't
went on
know.
the show. You don't know.
I'm asking you.
You had a headache.
I don't know. That's history.
Oh, nah.
We on the week 4.
I'm gonna go look
week
it up.
4, week 4 edition. Week 4.
Hey, that's crazy, man. Hey, man, it's your list, though, man. I just don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
well, he said y'all 13.
That's what he's saying.
The
5
edge is not have a number. It's the
5
edge.
and 6.
No, we giving them numbers. We don't get numbers. 13.
So Chambers, yeah, Chambers has some frustration. Joe would put Indy over Kings Mountain.
So let's go through your.
Laramie said Robinson is just glad to be on.
Hey,
the
let's go
edge.
through your 11.
There you go.
What made you put South Point and Kings Mountain in this? I'm very anxious to see.
Look, he recorded. Don't say nothing, Pep. He recorded.
No, I'm not, I got
No, he recorded. Pep.
The show's recorded. I mean,
Right. So
He was sending a recorded message.
He said don't say nothing.
Let's hear why 7 through 12 made it and we didn't make it. Let's hear.
do you want a personalized breakdown for each team?
I'm on the show asking the question.
And he got his mustard hat on today, too. You better answer. Come on now.
Because we got penalized and losing the Huff, but when other teams lose, they don't get penalized.
Who didn't get penalized?
Well, Charlotte lost.
Yeah, they moved from 2 to 3.
I mean, how we just get knocked out the whole list? We 2-1. How we get knocked out the whole? We
There's
lose.
more context than just wins
Listen,
and
He
losses.
don't want to hurt your feelings. I'm gonna tell you what he told. This
Hey,
is what he
man,
told me.
hey,
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 Billis,
Pep
look.
man, don't get on the hot seat,
Hey,
man.
Billis,
Look,
hey, Billis.
if I
Billis,
wanted to, I'll just take everybody off the
Billis,
dang on
Billis.
thing.
Guess what he told me? He
If I
told me.
wanted to, but I ain't
He
doing it.
said y'all. He said West Shaw got 2 overtime losses, and he said when y'all lost, it was not the best. That's
Okay,
what he's
listen.
saying.
All
Hey,
losses are not created equal. That's one.
Okay, listen. Okay, cool. After week 1, we beat Gaffney. We was like top 3 or 4.
Well,
Right?
yeah.
Hold on. We was top 5, I think.
You're on the left side. I don't remember exactly.
Yeah, we was on the left side. So we go 1-0 on the left side. Week 2, we lose. We still on the list. We win week 3 and we off the list.
It's not just about y'all.
Hey man, I see, man.
Everybody plays.
Y'all play Lake Norman this week.
So, but I'm saying, are you just what are you going on for? Strength of
where?
schedule?
Well, y'all play Lake
No.
Norman this week.
Yeah, we play late Norman on Friday.
Beat by 2 scores. That's your spot.
Very
I'm telling you what he told me.
I
Beat
feel
by 2 scores.
like y'all talked about this. This seems very.
No, I have not talked about it. I have not
talked
talked about it. Lake Norman's a very good ball club. I'm
No,
not.
the
I'm
last
not
time-
talking about it.
Hold on,
I'm
I'm
not
gonna be
saying
transparent.
I'm
The last
trying
time
to
I talked to
understand-
Webb,
I'm
I
trying
talked to Webb when they
understand-
got beat by
Now,
Huff.
here's what I'm gonna say. Now everybody trying to come for me. Every time I do this, I say, if
I love
y'all
this.
don't agree, post yours, and then we can talk about it.
No, I was just.
Everybody want to
I
come.
had just got back on
They
the
don't want to
show.
post nothing.
I had just got back on the show.
I'm
Last
not
week
picking on you.
was on the
Gaz,
left
I'm
side.
just saying.
He put his honey mustard hat on and his black quarter zip
All
on.
I'm saying
He's
is,
gonna argue today.
all I'm saying is, when I was on the show, we was 1, and we've been 1-1 since. Now we off the list. I just don't understand.
Don't miss the show.
So everybody on this list. So everybody on this list is 3-0 or 2-1.
Well,
Y'all
not
on the
everybody.
edge. You on the graphic.
Not everybody. What's y'all
On
one
the
to two?
graphic. Hey, we down there with the dirty dozen. Includes Mecklenburg, Gaston, Cleveland, Union.
So y'all want more numbers? You want more numbers in the dozen? Then it ain't.
Nah, I'm just saying.
That's not it.
I'm asking.
That's not it.
Plus or
Hey,
minus.
he wants the dirty baker's dozen. He want to be the 13.
Nah, I'm just trying to understand. Hey guys, I'll give Pep a hard time. Don't,
That's okay.
Please don't
You're gonna
think
see
we
something
never
next
been
week that I have just for you. Trust me.
Please
You're
don't.
gonna get something just for you.
The indie scale. Please do that.
Please don't think me and Pep are being serious right now, guys. For y'all coming, I was just curious about the list. That's
Now, see, no, you don't got your little Patriots going. So now they all in the comment. I see the green.
Hey, Chris Peavy, if someone on the panel wants to make a ranking, I will gladly publish it.
I ain't making
Gladly.
no, but I don't got time for them to sit there and flood my Facebook on my Twitter. I don't eat no.
Hey, you give me time to go through lists, I'll show you what a list look like.
Okay, make one next week.
Hey, look,
I
hey,
will not.
It's
I
gonna be the famous Dave Chappelle skit. Indy,
I gotta-
Indy,
listen,
Indy,
I don't-
Indy,
listen,
Indy.
I can't make lists of teams I don't see. If I ain't watching, I ain't gonna make no list.
Well, I would tell you this. I'm gonna stick up for
man.
independence. I have watched a lot of football. I would say South Point and King. Well, I see South Point, but I see Independence at least at. I like Ashbrook at 7. I like Chris at. I like Indy at 8. I like Chris at 9, and then I like Mooresville at 10. I like Lake Norman at 11, and then I like South Point at 12. Just me being honest. That's what I like.
What are we
I
basing
think
it off?
that
We basing
I
it off
think that-
stricter schedule.
yes.
So stricter schedule, we're on the left side. That's what I'm telling you.
Nah, because
If we
probably
lost to the number 1 team in the state by a lot of rankings, and we defeated the number 1 team in South Carolina by preseason rankings, and
there you go. I like that.
Number one team.
and we
Hold
beat-
on now. What?
and we lost to the number 1 team in the state by state. A lot of rankings have Huff number 1 in the state. We beat the number 1 team in South Carolina by a lot of rankings week 1, and we won another game against a
nail
top
biter.
private school. So we 2-1, and you saying strength of schedule when we played 2 of the best teams in their respective divisions the first 2 weeks of the year.
Well, Gaffney don't lost credibility.
No, we're talking about you can't give us
What?
you can't no.
I'm saying week 1 Gaffney ain't
All
the
right.
same as week 3.
We'll
Gaffney.
continue discussing this after the show, but I got to say this: the only team I will ever be biased for is Harding because obvious reasons. But I have no bias to nobody else.
Hey man, he got that
So-
Chat GPT logo right there. You better leave him alone.
I know who that is. I know who that is. It's okay. It's all right. Once again, if
Nah,
anyone
that ain't-
wants
that
to,
ain't- that's not me. That's
and
Pep.
here's something we can do. I will be glad to post anybody's rankings. If somebody out there wants to post rankings every week, I'll put them on the show, and we can talk about it. We can go head to head.
You know who
And
you
break
know
it
who
down.
you know who should do it? Joe Hughes.
Well, Joe is concerned about who's got the text messages going on. So
The Cashmere dozen. The Cashmere, yeah, Joe. Yeah, like get Joe the Silky 12
man.
or something like that.
Here we go. Moving on. Let's move it on.
J man, you want to post rankings?
No,
I don't
don't
know
let
if
him
I
do it.
do, man.
Nope, nope,
J-Man,
nope,
I don't think that's a good idea.
nope.
J-Man be on Facebook too much. He need to lock in.
Nah.
All right, here we go, Pep. Let's move it on. Let's move forward. Let's
Look,
move
you got the Patriots going in on Pep right now. We were just playing.
Well, once again, I have explained.
I'm not saying West Charlotte shouldn't be on the list. I'm just saying if you're talking about strength of schedule, you can't name more than 5 people on this list that has a harder schedule than we had the first 3 weeks. That's all I'm saying about the list. You make your list, put us wherever you want to put us, inside, outside, downtown, uptown. It ain't nope. It ain't. It's only Huff has played probably a tougher schedule. West Charlotte and Mallard Creek, and that's it.
So once again, I want to remind everybody that we did this whole topic in the preseason where we talked about rankings don't matter.
But now they do.
No, it don't.
I just want to remind everybody
I just
that
want
there was a consensus that rankings don't matter. They're just opinions.
I tell you, when he
And
put
don't
that
see
honey
why
mustard
everybody
hat
gets
on,
all in tizzy.
when he put that honey
But,
mustard hat on, he different. He
I just
different.
wanted to. Hey,
I'm just making a general statement because Webb's on the show, but he ain't the only one by far.
I'm the only one that's bringing it to Pep from a sincere and funny place. Everybody else bring it from a hatred standpoint.
Yeah, because
Well,
what's called
it's not hatred. It's really not. It's really not.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
he put
But
that honey mustard hat on.
I'm glad that we are able to come together.
Prius, come on now. Free in.
They're on the edge. They are free. They're not on. They're not on the graphic.
Hey, and that is Khalil Price's mother, the
Yes.
star receiver
Yes.
at Mallard Creek.
Now it's an epidemic. Look at this.
Who is that?
Hey, he played
Oh,
O-line for
gosh.
Huff.
What in
I would
the
think
world?
if we switch schedules with a lot of these teams, we'd probably be 3-0 with easily 3-0 with a large.
Say a schedule.
Let's go on to the next list.
Okay, let's go. You about to get yourself.
Let's go on to the next.
So Yaz is saying let ChatGPT do it. That's gonna get me on a whole different kind of rant. I'm tired of
Pep
seeing
GPT
these.
right here. This Pep GPT.
Hey, I just looked at the RPI,
Yeah.
and according to RPI, the only people that are ahead of Independence that are on there is Huff, Myers Park, and Chambers.
I mean,
Look,
But that's a record in RPI.
hey, it's just the schedule. Come on, man. I'm just trying to tell you, Pep.
I
got
told
a
you.
hard schedule.
Matt, you need to start judging what hat he got on. When every time he got that honey mustard hat on, he different. Look at him. He got that.
Man,
You look
it's
at-
all love, man. It's all love. Man.
That was funny though. You look, DJ about to be on Twitter.
Off schedules. I don't know whose schedule has been harder than ours, man, but we done spent too much on the dozen.
All right.
Go ahead.
Well,
Hit the next button. Let's hit the next button. Let's go.
I appreciate everybody's input on the dozen this week.
Tell them make sure they help you make it.
Yeah. Next week I'm gonna just reach out to the crowd. I think what we're
Fan
gonna
poll,
do.
Pep.
is we're gonna make a crowdsourced Dirty Dozen next week. We're just gonna do it live, and everybody
do it
vote for
live?
their team, and then that's gonna be the dozen.
You gonna do it? Hey, Pep,
That's
do
what
a
we're
poll.
gonna do next week.
Pep, do a
I
poll.
vote. I like that. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Who vote what? Do a fan poll.
Oh, we are.
Well, you don't got to fire up. See, old honey mustard.
Oh, well, see, Joe's in. See, there you go.
Man, long he tell him to come back on the show. Him and that the mock turtlenecks. Let's go.
So yeah, stay tuned for that. We'll have a Dirty Dozen poll next week. Everybody can vote for who should be ranked in the top 12, and we'll do it that way.
All right, can we go to the next slide because you about to get him fired back up.
Week 4.
Yeah.
Palisades at Chambers. This is the game we and I say we, me and producer are planning to be at. As I said last night, we have submitted for media approval. I have yet to hear back for that. So if we don't get approved, we'll be at one of these other games.
You gotta get approved at Chambers.
Pep. Come on down to Independence.
Shaquan's gonna be there.
You gotta get approved at Chambers now.
And at this point, I'm a little worried about going to Independence.
I wouldn't go to
Yeah,
Independence. I don't want to go to
We don't
Independence.
condone that type of behavior at our stadium.
I don't know it. I heard some other stuff before, but we don't keep it PG on here.
We don't
Oh
have
man.
none of that. We don't have none of that.
All right. Palisades and Chambers. Obviously, we looked at the polls. They're very closely ranked. They have a common opponent, like we mentioned in Clover. Chambers defeated Clover week 1, 35-34. Palisades just lost to Clover 21-19. So if that's any indication, these two teams are very close. Talent level, skill, and how they played so far this season. What do you guys think about this one? I think it's going to be a good game.
I think it's going to be a good game, man.
Close.
I
I'm
think a lot of
expecting a
people,
close game.
I think
I'm not picking. I'm expecting close though.
have been. Yeah, I think a lot of people have been very pleased with Coach Munderland's start over at Chambers. I think they coming off a big win, right? They just beat who did they beat? But they're 3-0, right? They're 3-0. I think I can't remember. They just beat somebody. I can't remember who they beat. But
Chambers beat Harding last week, 31-0.
Beat Harding, but then they had a big win over. That was Clover week 1. They played Clover week 1, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they've been having some great games. The first 3 games, I think the biggest thing about taking over a new program is being able to start fast, and they've been doing that over there. I think this will be a good matchup for Palisades. Like they said, Pep, I guess in the preseason media days, they want their respect and things like that. So they got a Chambers team who's looking for the same thing under this new staff and new culture. So I think that'll be a great game.
I think the turning point for this game is going to be Chambers D-line. That D-line, I keep on telling everybody every week, that D-line is really good. Chambers D-line is really good. We don't see him go against a nasty Puma O-line. So that's going to be – I'm probably going to tune in and watch this one. It just can't Chambers athletes do what they've been doing week by week to that Palisades secondary. And I know what's it called. I think is ranking. He playing both ways, isn't he? For Palisades, isn't he?
Yes.
I'm interested. This one game I got circled. I think I told Matt this is the one I'm watching. I don't like I said, it's gonna be a very physical game. Both of them head coach personality. Oh my goodness. So it'll
be intense. It'll be intense.
It don't look like an NBA YoungBoy concert out there. I'll tell you that. Boy, good gracious.
Hey,
come on, man. Gosh.
Hey, y'all know. Hey, I'll just tell you, boy. I respect both of them, but they bring the juice. You don't gotta worry about that.
Tim Pride says Chambers by 7 because they're playing at home.
You gotta say that. And I like that. I respect that.
Yaz.
Oh, look.
Chambers, his speed and athleticism. Zion Haley, he's the quarterback doing his thing and his receiving core.
Yeah.
They've got a receiver, Dior Carter, who's been pretty impressive.
Is that the number 9? I want to say
plays in the slot.
Yes, that boy is really good. That boy is really good.
So Nia Lou says Chambers by 20.
Oh,
I like it.
Wow.
Well, our Palisade represent. They're not in the chat today, I see.
Lanesha with the same prediction.
Hey, I like the energy.
Okay. All right. Well, Palisades, we cannot discredit their defense, even though they gave up 21 to Clover last week. In the first game against Berry, they didn't give up anything. Berry scored on a safety. And then week 2, I believe it was another shutout as well. So strong defenses on both sides. Yeah. Chambers got their first shutout last week against Harding. So also Sharon Dior is number 0. So,
okay.
It's hard to see on film, when you're trying to,
I gotta put my readers on. I'll be putting my readers on. I'll be watching. So my fault. No disrespect.
But yeah,
I got a shout out too. There you go. Look at that.
We're we're really excited to be there, and hopefully we get approved and we're there.
No, Chambers, but like they're saying, them parents are absolutely right. That defense is nasty over there. Them, like I said, that D-line, them linebackers. Like I said, I was there for the Cox Mill versus Chambers scrimmage, and I was really impressed. You know what I'm saying? From all the stuff that you was hearing, but Chambers playing really good football. Like, I think we bypassed that Hopewell win. I told you, Hopewell's really good. They're not that bad. They're not really good. They're better than what people expect them to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're better than what people, I'm telling you that. They're really better than what people expect. So I'm curious. Palisade defense. Like I said, it just y'all see why I say it's gonna be a young boy concert out there because them defense. That's two physical teams.
Yes.
Chambers defense, man. Shout out to defensive coordinator, man. Charles Johnson, my guy.
Yeah, doing a good job. Doing a very good job. All right, we're at Kings Mountain and Charlotte Catholic. This is a flashback to a playoff game that went to 8 overtimes a few years ago before Catholic was able to pull that out. So Kings Mountain is very excited to go back there and try to avenge that loss from several years ago. Charlotte Catholic coming off the tough loss to Providence Day, trying to get back on track. What you guys think about this one?
I can see Kings Mountain win the game. I don't know. I don't think Catholic they didn't look good last week, but I see
Providence Day does that to a lot of people.
Yeah, but I still think Catholic will win. I can see, but I wouldn't be shocked if Kings Mountain. That's not me being political. I don't watch some of the Kings Mountain games because I'd be like, I'm in that high school sports chat, and I'll just be wanting to see what the hype is because they be talking. I said, man, let me go see how they good. They decent, But I like Webb's is he's the representative for that area, so he'll go ahead and tell you about him. What you think?
I don't know anything about Kings Mountain.
There you go. That's why I said, let's go with this game. Weddington and Chris. Let's go with Weddington and Chris.
Well, hold on. I'm sorry, 7 overtimes. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think it'd be a good test for the young quarterback in Kings Mountain going to a hostile environment like Charlotte Catholic. Charlotte Catholic is one of the best game day atmospheres you can see and be a part of, especially whenever they're good. Charlotte Catholic runs the type of offense you got to be disciplined every snap, every quarter. So it's going to be a 4-quarter game. It could be an exciting one to see.
There it is. Chris Lyles, yeah, he is a Shelby guy. Yes.
Come on, man. Shout out to my boy Lyles, man. I'm a Shelby guy.
Jarlin Dry, the running back for Kings Mountain, has had a good start to the season. And as you mentioned, the young quarterback, KJ Bell for Kings Mountain. They'll have to be balanced. Catholic is solid at all 3 levels defensively. And they're going to play better. They'll play better than they did last week against Providence Day for sure. Should be a big crowd over there at Keffer Stadium. Another big one. A lot of people are excited down in Cleveland County for this one. Weddington making the trip down 85 to take on the Crest Chargers. A lot of talent on the field on both sides in this game. What do you guys think?
Weddington should walk away. It should be I don't know. Weddington haven't looked like Weddington. That's just me being honest. I've been being, I was harsh on a couple teams last week. It ain't time for me to be harsh on Weddington. Weddington haven't looked like themselves. Now that pass rush and stuff, it haven't been. It's like non-existent right now. You know what I'm saying? So if they do that against Chris, get up on them. And because I don't know, it just seems Weddington should win this game easily, but I haven't seen Weddington last year. And that quarterback, that offense don't look the same either. It's like,
it's the 3rd straight year with a new quarterback.
Yeah, but that defense, you would expect the defense to be.
Well, you remember last year when they played Grimsley. Grimsley was able to really throw on them in the second half.
Yeah.
And not last week, 2 weeks ago, Myers Park had success throwing on running for big plays.
No, they were running. That boy ran.
Well, it was both. It was both.
You don't hear about that running back. Nobody running for 100 yards on more against Weddington. Like I said, it's like the Twins, and they're non-existent right now. Like to me, like watching.
Well, here's the thing. The big key for Crest is going to be their offensive line. Can they block the Twins well enough up front to allow them to get the ball out to their special skill guys in space? Because that's where they have an advantage offensively.
Yeah, Weddington, they're secondary. Not.
That's the big key. And we can say that for a lot of games, but especially in this one. If Weddington can get pressure on Hamrick, disrupt the timing in the passing game, they're going to win the game. Period. I think Weddington offensively will do enough to not turn the football over. They turned it over against Myers Park. They corrected that last week against Monroe. So if they don't turn the football over and they can get pressure, I like their chances. But if Chris is able to block them up front and those guys can win on the outside, it could get real interesting. For sure.
I think this game might go a little differently than what people think, man. I would just say that those guys at Crest, they're going to be ready to go. Well, I'm sure they're already ready to go. They're going to be prepared. They're not going to be scared. They're not going to be intimidated. I think that, I think Crest can win this game, man. I think that because of they're always going to rise to the occasion. They're never going to back down. They're going to be ready. They're going to be ready for a fight. However way they need to win, they're going to try to find a way to win. I think their defense is good enough to win. I think their offense is good enough to win. So I think that this game might shock some people on the outside. That's all. I think it can shock some people.
I definitely think it's going to be a 4-quarter game. I really do. I applaud Weddington for going out there. A lot of teams, like we were talking about Duck and Smoke earlier, a lot of top teams wouldn't go to Crest in a non-conference game.
And I'm just happy that, Crest and Kings Mountain are venturing off playing bigger, quote-unquote, bigger opponents as far as, I guess, classification goes.
Joe is saying Crest run offense and run defense will be key.
Yeah. Weddington don't got that back like they had before. So.
Yeah, Brody Anson, I think it's a good running back, but he's not a guy who's going to take over the game necessarily.
Also, too, I think you have a great coordinator with Coach Lloyd, man. He's going to have some stuff that you're going to have to prepare for that you haven't seen.
Yeah.
He's going to put something out there you ain't seen, for sure.
Yeah,
I'm sure Coach at Weddington, I'm sure Coach, he's going to have the same thing. I think this is going to be Capone. This is going to be a first scheme game. This is going to be a battle of the minds right here.
Yeah, it is a good coaching matchup. That's a good point. That's a real good point. All right. Let us know how that game goes, man. I'm really excited to see, how that one will come out. Mooresville at Huff. This is a game that has not been played the past few years, but they got it back on the schedule. I'll credit Mooresville for going to Huff and playing a top team in the state of North Carolina. The fans, really get excited about this game, but the last few times this game was played on the field, Huff has dominated. What do you guys think about this one?
J-Man, Huff run defense is legit. Like I said last week, them backers playing what they play. It's gonna be hard for J-Man. I don't see. And then that Huff team don't have something because it's a little animosity toward one player who's at Mooresville who left them, Huff. So I'm pretty sure Jordan he don't come ready to play, but I don't. Mooresville, I like Mooresville when they run the ball. Them receivers, I don't think they're gonna be able to really do too much against that secondary. The only hope is J-Man. He get going, that'd be good for him. But we saw him shut down Independence running back. So both their running backs. So that's gonna be a tough thing for Mooresville. Like Gavin and all of them have to. Gavin and them have to be blocking their tails off, and when he does get the ball, he don't have to be able to get out. But it's so much familiarity because you got Micah who's on that Huff team. He played against he don't play Mooresville the past couple of years, so he know him like the back of his hand. So it just that's a tough game for him. So hey,
yeah, Huff is playing some really good football right now.
Yeah,
Mooresville is going to have to find a way to be balanced, in my opinion, because if you're one-dimensional against the Huff defense, it's not going to work. Point blank period. If you flip it around the other side, obviously Morris was going to have to contain Ethan Royal in the pocket. We've seen several highlights of Ethan getting out, making big plays, whether it's running the ball, scrambling to make big throws downfield.
Them two edges don't have to come play. They don't have to come ready to play.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think Morrisville's secondary is – they scare me too. Like, that secondary.
Now, the thing about it is there is some familiarity here, like you said, because Morrisville defense coordinator Steve Williams came from the Huff staff. So there'll be some knowledge between the two staffs here for sure. But ultimately, it's settled on the field. And the players, we'll see. We'll see, man. All right. Myers Park and Mallard Creek, another big game. Myers Park, obviously, with the great start to the season. Mallard Creek coming off the Grayson loss. We started looking at this one. Thinking about defenses. Mallard Creek's defense, outside of the Grayson game, has been very impressive. Myers Park's defense held Weddington in check to 18 points. They kept Providence to 7. Kept J.F. Robinson to, I think, 7 in the first game of the season. So whatever defense plays better has the shot to pull this one off. What do you guys think?
If Creek stopped Myers Park running back, they win the game. That's why I think both of them D lines are really good. Them two brothers from Myers Park and the other kid, the kid is really good. But I like Creek chancing in this. They got a good champion. Creek, we always talk about everybody else O-line, D-line. Creek got some monsters. They never lack for O-line, D-line. They got some athletes over there. Myers Park, like I said, they strengthened them lines, them lines and the Portis brothers. You know what I'm saying? Once they get rolling and they bring that Florida swag they don't brought to Carolina, it gets ugly quick. So
I think Mallard Creek's gonna have to run the ball.
Yes.
Yeah. Myers Park with those two ends and Dunham and Lewis. Portis is playing out of his mind in the secondary this season.
Yes.
If Mallard Creek can run the ball, control the clock, I think that's their best bet in this one. Dropping back and throwing it a bunch of times, this is going to give them a chance to give Myers Park a chance to tee off. And, you don't want that to happen. Weddington had to throw it some when they got behind and force some turnovers, against them. So Mallard Creek's got to get a lead and get ahead, for their best chance to win in this one. Tim Pride says Myers Park by 10.
Yeah, I think this will be a good defensive game. I think Mallard Creek defense always come to play in a lot of their big games. I think so. The key is going to be, can Mallard Creek generate offense? Myers Park. I think even with their wins this year, even with I won't take into account the Buford loss. The Grayson loss, I won't take into account that. I just think they got to keep finding ways to score. They have an outstanding receiver outside that they just got to keep getting involved, and they just got to find ways to.
You already know who don't follow him around. Portis don't follow him.
He can, but that'd be a good.
He plays more in the slot.
If that's what he decides to do, that'd be a good.
They probably don't still move him. I think
they're gonna have to have a guy who can guard Price. They got to have a guy and who can guard him. And it's just gonna be Mallard Creek just got to keep finding ways to score points. I think Myers Park people have to. I think Myers Park some people may be shocked about how they started the year beating some teams who they beat. So I think they just looking at this game like they're just gonna keep trying to go get their respect.
Yeah. Now that O-line blocking, they run blocking right now is picture perfect, boy.
Yes, they are well coached up.
They're throwing people out the club, boy. You like football? Watch that. Woof.
Absolutely.
Last week, that was child abuse what they did last week. Lord jeez. Let's keep going.
We need to keep going on that.
I don't get another text.
Lake Norman is going to play Independence. As I said, our guy Shay shot him on YouTube will be there. He'll have a full game highlight from this one. Big game. Lake Norman has been on a roll, playing really good football. This is a test for them, stepping up in weight class a bit. Of course, we talked about Indy and what they've been doing so far, 2-1 on the season. What do you guys think?
Lake Norman they watch Catholic in the Huff. No, my fault. They watch Christian in the Huff. They probably don't think they can run the ball on Indy, and Indy's gonna make a big gest this week to stop that. So it probably don't be a lot of them try to get that run game started and then start taking shots. But I think Indy's gonna get them. I don't think Lake Norman is really good, but I think that quarterback's young. He a sophomore this year.
Sophomore, yes.
I think that I think Indy gonna put a lot of pressure on and stuff like that. But it'll be a good game. I think Indy don't win by 2 scores though.
Tim Pride says Big I by 21.
What a guy get going? Is Street get going? See, that's the thing about Street. Don't beat Lake Norman before, so he ain't worried about it. This is another game for him.
Matt,
so
would you say Independence is playing for a ticket into the Dirty Dozen? Would you say that?
yes.
Would you say that? Would you say that there's a ticket to the Dirty Dozen on the line here?
I don't think that's going to come out on Friday night.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's the Dirty Dozen Bowl.
Yeah,
Dirty Dozen Bowl right here, baby.
Man, let's raise the stakes here, man.
And no, Brent, on the edge. Bowl.
Oh my God.
There you go.
On the edge. Ooh.
You win and you're in.
What you think about that, big guy? You win, you're in.
Man, Lake Norman's a very good ball club, and they're very well coached, man.
Look, there you go.
It'll be fun. You want to come in? I hope anybody want to come watch the game. Please come do so. Make sure on your best behavior and throw your trash in the trash can when you leave.
And you come stay on the roof. You come stay on the roof with Coach. What up?
I hope ain't no live streams going on.
Mike Eddie says, Indy 55-21.
55, huh? Okay.
Well, Keith Rhodes, Indy by 21. All right.
What's up, Keith?
A lot of Indy love on the show tonight.
He went back over. Hey, look, he went to that phone, put that eye signal. You know the bat signal. He put the eye signal on. Oh, the Patriot. He put the Patriot. He put the Patriot logo. He put the Patriot logo up.
Man. All right. Well, we'll finish the show tonight with a topic. We talked about it in the pre-show. Unbalanced matchups. Last week, Shelby defeated Highland Tech 90-0. East Rutherford defeated College Prep. I don't know where that is. 84-6. How does it happen and why?
It's an old additive, that a lot of people that we came up on. It ain't my job to stop. It's my job to score. It's your job to stop me from scoring. From what I heard, because I talked to a couple people about it, both of these games were the backup was in doing it. So it was not like it was intentional, it's just one of them things. Talk to somebody who been a part of something like this. When I was at Hopewell and we played that Chambers team, that one year when they had who was it? Fetty was the quarterback and Michael was the wide receiver. We could have had 22 people out there on the field trying to stop that throwing game. We couldn't do nothing. It was just bombs over Baghdad, and then they try to run the ball. It was just once we got down by 40, the kids' morale was gone. You're trying to coach them up, but the floodgates open. So I can't really stop much. I can't really say much about it. It happens. You know what I'm saying?
So specifically, I'm just going to talk about the Shelby and Highland one here. That's no shade to the kids at Highland Tech, but Shelby, that's just a tradition they just can't compete with. I mean, if I'm not wrong, Shelby kids, they're running the same schemes in middle school to high school. They play together. There's just like a pipeline, like a little factory, and Highland Tech just don't handle like that. That's just
And that
not
was a
good.
conference game, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So stop putting people in the conference. You got to think about that. And y'all about to see some stuff when the Charlotte conferences start, because there's gonna be some teams you're gonna be like this. We're gonna be some teams we've been over here talking and bragging about. And once that conference thing, y'all be like this. Well, Coach Bills was right. Now I'm gonna tell you, because there's gonna be some jaw drops.
I agree about the conference structure. Highland Tech is in that same conference as a 2A school. It's a 2A, 3A, 4A combo conference. And if there's any school that should not be playing schools 1 or 2 levels above classification, it's Highland Tech in football. Apparently, they're good in other sports. And I know the classifications are structured for all sports, but they made a football-only conference that Mountain Island is in. Why is Highland Tech not in that? Why are they not in that league? I think that league would make a lot more sense. There's a lot more 2A schools in there.
So they playing 2 divisions up?
There's 2A, 3A, and 4A schools in their conference. Shelby's 3A. But the state didn't do them any favors from a football standpoint. I thought they should have got put in that football-only conference, and it would have been some better matchups for them.
So who is College Prep?
Well, that's what I'm trying to find out. I think it's a school out of Jamestown near Winston-Salem, maybe. I'm trying to look them up, but that is a non-conference game, and I'm sure that I think East Rutherford had a school drop, and they had to find another school to play. But in both of those cases, there has been some discussion about why did all 4 quarters get played, and when you get to a point where it's obvious that it's a physical risk to keep playing, and I'm sure when it gets to these kind of scores, you got that going on. I think some of us as men and as leaders, you have to make the tough decision.
This is college. If I'm looking at this right, this is their first year even playing football.
Yeah, it is. It is. But I think sometimes pride and ego get in the way of trying to tell your kids that, hey, we're not going to give up. We're going to keep fighting, and that's what we're going to do. And sometimes like it's 4th and 30, you got to punt. Sometimes you got to do that in a game. And
wasn't the Shelby game like 70 something to nothing?
74-0 at halftime.
Are both? And I'm not a rule guy, not all the time. Can both coaches agree to shut that down at half? Like this is
yes,
that's enough. Yeah,
yes,
that probably should have been. That probably was the move right there, man. That probably should have happened, but
yeah, I don't know why that didn't happen. Mike Eddie says Highland Tech might have 5 athletes. A lot of their kids not going to school for athletics. Yeah. I saw them when they scrimmaged Harding in the preseason, and they've got a couple, like to your point, they have a couple of good looking kids, but overall, yeah, it's a tough situation from a football perspective.
Maybe they kept playing to get some kids who don't hardly ever get to play to get on the field, something like that, or get all your backups so much time. That's the only thing I can think of.
We'll never know the truth.
Yeah.
And you're right, Keith. Both coaches do have to agree. Yeah.
Also.
And you can concede. Yep. Yeah.
Just like in Madden, when you start getting whooped, pull the plug.
That goes as a loss, though, doesn't it?
Yeah. Take it.
We'll give a quarter as a loss.
Yeah. Hey, like I said, y'all don't say it. Y'all saying the right thing, but I'm just telling you. Most of the time, them coaches, they not don't tell them to quit. They don't put the backups in, and then they don't shake your hand and say, "Hey, I would have run an offense."
Now, see, first of all, this is what I was just talking about. If you are a coach, if you're a head coach in that situation, you got to make the right decision for your kids. I mean, I don't think you have to make tough decisions sometimes.
I'm gonna go ahead and tell you. This. I'm gonna be honest. In the society that we live in today, you don't get statements like that. And so, if they get beat 70-0, you go out there and try to be a decent human being and say, "Hey, folks, I'm thinking about stopping it." No, don't stop the game. Let our boy play. It's gonna teach him a lesson. That's how people think. It's a win. It's a lose-lose situation. I think, me personally, I'm a very mental health advocate person, all that stuff, and all that. I don't argue with people no more. Like I tell people all the time, hey, the parents want it, hey, keep it going. I've been at games if we getting beat by such and such.
But if you're the head coach, that's your job is to make those
some
decisions.
people no, because when we had an incident when we got in trouble, my first year at Garinger, when we didn't have we had like 4 linemen get hurt and we didn't have no more linemen, we got reprimanded by our principal in CMS because we stopped the game at halftime because we ain't had no more. We didn't want to put no kids, some undersized linemen out there and get hurt. We was like the safety. So it's the safety aspect. So if nobody getting hurt, they're not going to stop the game. Like even when we played Butler that year, and you heard the famous story when Butler was out there, they were decapitating our kids. It was just like it looked like a scene of Black Hawk Down out there trying, and you sitting there.
Well, I'm sorry, I'll tell you, I've been on the side.
You're right.
I've been on both sides of it.
Yeah.
And I've stopped the game before,
Yeah.
And it was the right thing to do.
No, I'm agreeing. I'm agreeing with you, but I'm just telling you, in the world that we live in now, right, where the parents are so active and stuff like that, and you go and say, hey, we're getting blown out like that, and you want to stop it, they're gonna be upset. They're gonna say, like when I see both of these, you got 1 year program, a first year program going against a program that's established. That's not a good game. If I'm that coach, I'm gonna let everybody know, hey, y'all don't play a quarter, and then we don't play the JVs for the rest of the game. Just to give them some time to shine. Shelby should have done the same thing, but at the same time,
they did.
But at the same time, so I did everything I had to do to win the game, and try to be, compassionate, but that's all you can do. But some people are not going to
referees, they have a little bit of say, but
no, they can't call.
As someone said earlier, Keith said, both coaches do have to agree.
Yeah,
the ref can suggest it, right? I mean, obviously the coaches got to agree.
They can pose the question. They can definitely pose the question, but
because that's an extreme case. I don't see that if the Highland Tech coach said, "Yeah, we're gonna call this at half or whatever or whenever." Yeah. That's not quitting on the kids because that's extreme. That's not being down by 28 at the half and fighting back. That's a whole extreme. That's a different level. I just think there got to be some levels to this, man.
I think people don't understand what quitting on a team is because they haven't been in them situations. Like you ain't going like I don't think a lot of people know what to say. If they in that situation, they down big. You don't go in there. Hey, we don't like.
I mean, you gotta be honest. You
gotta be honest.
These days, kids can tell when you're BSing and when you're being honest.
Like we were in there that first year. We said, hey, if you never want to feel like this again, you gotta change your habits. It's just a habits. Like here you go. Adversity is a great teacher. Mentally teach. No, it doesn't. Like,
come on, man. I think, everyone has a different slant on what the perception of quitting is. And I think that's the one thing that, we're trying to, kind of parse here. What is quitting versus what is making a decision for the safety of your kids,
Yes.
You got to balance.
That is live to fight another day. Like, we're going to get out of here. Let's not get anyone hurt. We are and come back.
As an Army vet, I get tired of seeing people use the adversity thing. Bills care. Y'all don't know what some of these kids go through. They live adversity every day in their life.
That is very true.
They live. I get tired of seeing that. Like they getting blown. That Bills care. They not like us. Some kids are not like us.
Adversity is different for
I've been
different
around.
demographics of kids.
I've been around people 18, 40 years old, deployed in Iraq, Afghanistan, and stuff like that, getting shot at. And I look over there, they over there crying. I say, "Hey man, it's just a little adversity. Suck it up. You can't tell people that. Like some of them people that, but you don't want something good to happen. You go home to a broken home. You gotta be mom, dad, pop. Yeah, let's start having some honest conversations. Like now, what I'm saying is, y'all talk like I had a 2-parent household, but people didn't know what I was going on in my household. And then you know what I'm saying. So some of that stuff didn't sit well with me. But I never got my butt whooped like that in a game. But I'm just saying I could imagine.
Oh, you just had to throw that in there, huh?
No, but I don't coaching. I've been a part of this as a coach, and they come back to school, and they glad to see you there. You didn't give up. That's not giving up on. Hey guys, we don't figure this out, and you just keep figuring out. I was at Hopewell in Carriage. You figure out, but I didn't get tired of these adversities.
So Joe has a good point here. I agree. It's 35 points now, but I agree. I don't understand why we got to wait till the second half. I mean, if it's obviously just dang.
I didn't know it had to be the second half.
Yeah,
I think it was the second half.
Yeah.
I thought it was.
Mhm.
Is it?
They can't. They don't at halftime. They agree. Both coaches will agree to have running clock second half.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because that.
Well, I wish it started once you hit the threshold. Is that way that helps? You know.
But I mean,
Yeah, but
I think oh no, man.
Go ahead and sum it up, big guy.
I think the biggest thing from this is that I'm not to East Rutherford College Prep because I think East Rutherford had to just find a game.
yeah. I don't think y'all was wrong for what y'all did. I watched the game.
No. This game should never be even on the schedule.
Yeah.
It's been going on for the last 4 years. Now you got to go 4 years more of it. Playing Bessemer City, Highland Tech, Cherville. When it comes to football, them games should never be on the schedule. For one, for safety, it's never going to be the same athletically. It's not. It should never happen. It should never happen. Like period. Especially not on conference game. I think that's the biggest thing. There has been a terrible job of conference alignment now, but even wanting to be in the conference 4 years ago. These games should never. That's like saying, like, I'm not gonna throw out no other schools, but this should never happen. Like, you're not gonna have UNC Charlotte in the SEC trying to play games, talking about some go out there and compete. It shouldn't happen, right? It should not happen. It's unfortunate that kids at Highland Tech or Cherville or Bessemer City got to put themselves through this thing, even as coaches, when it comes to the football aspect of it. It shouldn't even happen, because what do you even tell your kids that week?
Exactly.
Like, you have no shot. You have no shot. So you have no shot to even come close to beating them teams, no matter what year it is. No matter if you combine 4 teams in 4 years, you still have no chance of beating them teams, let alone scoring a touchdown. These games should never happen by conference alignment. These games should never even happen. Like, if I was Highland Tech, I'm gonna be honest. If I was like a Highland Tech, a Cherville, Bessemer City, I wouldn't even come. I wouldn't even play that Friday, because
I'd be like forfeit. But then they don't get fined.
I'd rather forfeit the game and demand the state do something about it before I put my kids out there to get hurt. Because you're not gonna learn. Nobody, no matter what you say, when coaches say you learn from losses, they're not talking about 9 losses. They're talking about games you should have won, but you bit yourself in the foot and you lost them. Like games where you had opportunities to put teams away, but you kept letting them stick around. We're not talking about games where you walk out there, even as soon as they print the schedule, you at a disadvantage and you know you're gonna lose.
Yeah.
So I think that's what needs to happen more so than, like, obviously Shelby's gonna play who they're gonna play, but I mean, I think that if it should have been the way this was nipped in the bud 4 years ago, because now at least now you can say, okay, the state made us do it, versus 4 years ago where you wanted to be in the conference and teams got out the conference. Instead of 4 years of it, now you got 8 years of it, unless something just happens within the year. And I don't think it's going to happen, because even though football is the key money maker for pretty much every sport, just because of the size of the arenas that we play in, they want to win. They feel like they have the shot to win the other sports. So they'll take their L during football season, but then try to beat you in baseball, basketball, women's basketball, swimming, soccer. Like they okay with just taking that beating during football, but get it back in other sports. And that's kind of what ends up happening. But I mean, I feel sorry for those kids because even like I look at take a step further as a recruiting standpoint. No college coach is watching tape from this game.
Yeah, that's true too.
So you got 3 games on your schedule that a college coach is gonna look at it. Oh, y'all played who? They're gonna turn it on the film, and little Johnny out there playing the same guy that playing left guard playing corner. And they're not gonna, and it's gonna hurt you. It's hurt your kids, man. Like I'll be honest with you, I think it hurts the kids recruiting because like we all same thing we do. Ain't no different than what we do when we watch a game than the college coach. Only difference is we ain't handing out no money. You know, so I just
I think you nailed that very well there. We'll finish up with Joe here. Talking about Cherryville here.
Yeah, I agree. I think Cherryville is one who will get better just because they don't really got to pull kids from other areas as far as like Cherryville is the only high school in Cherryville, if I'm not mistaken. But you got like Bedford City or like a Highland Tech that's in Gastonia where you know, kids can just go wherever they please and still be in Gastonia. Because, you know, Highland Tech is a lottery system.
Mm-hmm.
And then, obviously, Bedford City is a public school, but, like, the kids in Bedford City, they go to Bedford City. So it's like, but I can easily go to school in Gastonia or Kings Mountain, whatever the case may be. So I think Cherryville has potential to be better. And also, Cherryville is very amazing in baseball. So they looking at it like, whip us now. We're gonna take care of it in another sport. And like some teams can like even with East Rutherford, like East Rutherford is very great in baseball, and they can say you want to whoop us in football, cool. Come on back over here and get on this diamond. But you know, hats off to East Rutherford, Coach Russ and their staff. I'm sure I know Coach Russ will play whoever, whenever. I just think it was probably one of them last minute things like, hey, we need a game. Let's see who needs a game. And let's go play. You know what I'm saying? Because their guys probably still needed some work, which I don't think I think the biggest thing for Shelby's is that is a conference game. So that's a game that is agreed upon that has to play. And I just think that's unfortunate for all parties involved, honestly.
All right. Good show tonight, guys. Appreciate you guys being a part of it. Appreciate everybody watching. We will have the public poll for the Dirty Dozen next week.
Thank you, Coach Webb.
They ain't gotta do it, man.
So I'll set that up on our website, charlottefootballinsiders.com, and we'll give everybody a chance to vote on that. And I'm still gonna do my own, but there will be a public poll that we'll put out there, and we'll see what the public thinks. So, you guys got any last words?
Hey, stay hydrated, drink your water, mind your business.
Good advice right there.
Coach Billups, what words do you have for the people since you're the voice?
Like Webb said, mind your business.
Hope everybody watching, I hope their kids have a safe Friday night. Hope they leave the game with no injuries.
Man, stop this. I can tell you the truth. Like you said,
I hope everyone
terrible right now.
Hope everybody plays hard. And we'll be in tune. Pep will be tuned in for his players of the week next week.
Webb, there's a question for you there. Who you taking in Crest and Whittington?
I'm taking Crest.
All right, there you go, Curtis. Thanks for watching.
You gotta watch some Crest, guy. My boys put you on the video. I'm taking Crest. I think Crest can do it. I'm just telling you, do not be shot. Don't be shot. Oh my God, y'all see Crest beat wet. Don't be shot now. It's different once you come past Kings Mountain, and you gotta go through Cherry and Bone Springs. It's a different level of ball down there in them two cities.
Producer, any final words?
No, just kids, give it y'all, man. Give it y'all, no matter what. Just give it y'all.
Stop looking at social media because some of these people are crazy.
All right, well, everybody have a good week. We'll see you at Chambers on Friday, hopefully. Shaquan is at Independence. If we're not at Chambers, we'll be somewhere. So
They'll be independent.
Good night, everybody. Have a good week. Friday Night Live, midnight, Friday night. I'll be there. Come check us out.
Coach Bills might be there. He don't have too much joy watching football.
I'll be there by myself. We'll talk about all the Friday night games.
I'll be there.
Markeith, I don't have the CFI gas card fully loaded for a trip to Crest. So
he said you give him that company gas card.
Money. They give you some gas money if you ask them. They got it.
That's all good. It's all good. Good night, everybody. And Karen Belk says, "Go Patriots." There you go. Good way to end the show. It was Independent Show tonight. Independent Show.
Patriots.